Hello there. If you saw the hello video, you'll know that I've been working towards YouTube's new watch time requirements for the partnership program. You now need to have 4,000 hours over the last year to be considered. My current rate for video releases was about once a week. Had I continued at that current rate, I would have been out of the partnership program for 1.8 months before I got back in. I was at approximately 2,800 hours at the time, and I decided it was worth a shot to see if I could make it to 4,000 before the deadline. So I've changed my video release cycle to try and get out as many videos as I can before the February 20th cutoff. I've been fastidiously tracking my numbers and even created a Python script that grabs my info from YouTube's API to generate a daily progress report. This also let me forecast my likeliness to meet the goal. As of February 10th's update to my stats, I've met my goal 10 days early. So I get to stay in the partnership program. On the surface, that means that I can still monetize my videos, but it also means that I can continue to access the YouTube Analytics API. I still haven't reached enough ad revenue to receive my first payment from Google Payments, so that really isn't my motivation. The projects I've been working on that use the YouTube API are far more important to me right now. It also became a personal challenge to me to see if I could make it, so I'm pretty stoked that I was able to do it with time to spare. Now I think it would be fun to take a look at some of the stats from this challenge. If you don't really want to see my nerdy breakdown, you can skip to this time to get to the next part. Now let's get our geek on. I increased my watch time by 1,152 hours with 8,242 views. I also earned 61 new subscriptions. In 12% of the time I've been regularly releasing videos, 29% of my watch time has now happened. I released 13 videos in 26 days, so statistically I released one video every other day. Out of that new watch time gained, the top 5 new videos accounted for 45% of the gained watch time. The remaining 8 videos were only 18% of them. The final 37% were old videos that are still gaining new views. The RAM, Xserve, and Death of the Windows 98 Machine videos were all watched more than the lower performing videos I released recently. That's a lot of stats, so let's break it all down with some interpretation of that information. For now, let's not take into account the streams. The videos that I number are what I consider to be main videos that are core to the channel. These were also the most watched videos. The 3D printer videos did okay at best. The 3D printer video space is highly saturated right now, and those weren't exactly revolutionary. There seems to be a set of solid videos that continue to draw people in over time. The Xserve video is one of these. There wasn't any sudden increase in views for it, and I find this particularly interesting. I don't say Apple in the title, description, or text, so only those who know what an Xserve is or who have a general interest in server hardware are watching. Whew, we're done taking a look at the stats, so let's move on. Now that I've made videos in more serious capacity, I want to talk about what I want to do going forward. The streams caught me off guard. I enjoyed streaming a lot more than I thought I would. The 2 streams that I released were about developing something where I outlined a goal along the top with major objectives along the way. I would like to refine this and make it even more goal-oriented and automate some of the progress displays. I definitely plan on doing more of these, but they have to keep up the same high level of effort. Which brings me to my initial goal from the hello video, releasing more videos. Releasing a video every other day took a lot of effort. My usual work was thankfully light during this time, so I was able to focus on making more videos. It still took a significant portion of my time though. As I mentioned in the hello video, the majority of my videos take a lot of time to make. So let's take a look at the Sobox Nixie calculator video as an example. That took me about an hour to prepare, 6 hours to shoot, 4 hours to edit, and 2 playthroughs to check it. I watch every video before and after the render because rendering takes between 3 to 6 hours, so it sucks to have to re-render if you find an error. Not including render times, that video took me around 12 hours to make. Believe it or not, I've highly optimized this process already. This will also fluctuate with the subject of the video and the difficulty of the task. The Mac Classic video went much quicker and took about 1.5 hours to prep, 3 hours to film, 2 hours to edit, still 2 playthroughs. So about 7 hours, again if you don't include render times. The low effort videos I set out to produce either didn't happen or I don't like them. As you may have noticed, I made no videos that were Linux tutorials. In theory, yes, I could record everything in a half hour for a 10-minute video. But I don't want to put incomplete or inaccurate information out there, and it requires a lot of research to get it right. So it didn't happen. Now, I recorded 3 3D printer videos in one day. It was so easy. I just angled the camera at the printer and pointed while talking for 2 of them. The PEI one took a little bit more interaction, but still not that much. Editing was really easy as well. There was a lot less to cut since it was mostly just talking about something. I ended up only releasing 2 of them because I felt the third one was too low effort and ended up being a bit ranty. So I found my threshold for low effort content. I need a sense of personal satisfaction in the videos I put out. I don't want to put something out there just to get something out there. So going forward, unless I get an outcry, I don't plan on making any more 3D printer videos. If I do, they will have to be much more technically based. I will also not be doing any more stopgap videos like the tech oscilloscope video I did. Now, I've been working as a contractor for a little while now, so I can't help but correlate time and money. Doing an average of 3.5 videos a week and, let's say, 8 hours of video, that comes out to 28 hours a week spent making videos. There are other things that can be factored into that as well, such as creating channel assets, planning future videos, and tracking channel performance, but I don't want to try and quantify all that right now. So I see 2 paths going forward if producing this many videos takes that much time. Either I should scale back the video production to where I was before with 1 video a week, or I should try and make this a source of income and look into ways of doing that. And now for the P word. I have had someone say they would support my efforts on Patreon, but I don't know if or when it would be appropriate to do that. At only 1,400 subscribers, it feels a little greedy for me to do that right now. But I overthink public perception a lot. If I do go all in on the channel, then I need to think about new strategies for it. There are a lot of things I would like to do for the channel if I were able to focus on it more, but that's a topic for another time. Originally, I'd planned on looking into this later when the channel had naturally gained more interest. Releasing this many videos in this amount of time requires a level of effort that doesn't make a lot of sense for the current popularity of my channel. So for now, I'm going to leave you with this. I've left several comments down below asking questions about different things. I would appreciate responses to whatever questions you have an opinion on. What do you think of the streams? Would you like more 3D printer videos from me? Why do you like the Xserve video? And my biggest curiosity, should I begin a Patreon account and try to make this channel sustainable? Now, for transparency, I'll say I have already made a Patreon account. I wanted to make sure I had the URL reserved before I mentioned this publicly. Well, that's everything I wanted to cover for now. I will be watching the comments down below, and I'll see you later.